Yeah, there's really only so much you can do with clickbait titles. It's always like one of the things I noticed with a lot of the clickbait titles, if I'm remembering right, was it was a lot of like top five uses for this and that, top 10 things you can do with such and such. It's like, please give me something besides a list. You're out! He's out as hell? Never mind, no one got under that? What the fuck? Team power? Where is your defense? That was a fucking gimme. Oh, don't leave hit there, you moron! Yep, good job. God, if these idiots are gonna do a leaf hit, you need to do it right after you hit the ball. Because then it will, like, spike down onto the ground and bounce in a weird way, and people won't be able to get it. Or you could just hit it between everyone. Just turn everybody into Bill Buckner. Oh! That error. That other error! Errored so fucking badly that another player had to come up and pick the ball up. That's embarrassing. Oh, Hinox. Hinox is going for the hit. You want to get on base? Fine, motherfucker. Get under it. Get out! These fools are letting them make a game out of it. Oh! Crab got a little excited. Oh, he hit the pitcher! Ooh, that was ugly. God damn it, Thief! Hit it forward! Hit it forward better. I guess he had the orbit hit. Ugh. Team Link to the Past is not going quietly. Oh! Attaboy Ganon. couldn't make it to second? What a fat boy. Holy crap. He tagged out the fucking runner going to home. Unbelievable. Here's the next out. Emily doesn't mind. Okay, Hinox is serving up meatballs at this point. Oh my god, get under it! Ha-ha! The double. Get fucked. Yep. This motherfucker's stealing bases? The double. Get fucked loaded for bear. Oh yeah, he's done. Yeah. Good inning. We got Amos thinking about it. Oh, think about it harder, Amos. Hell yeah. Alright, Aghanim. Send us home. He might just send us home. Alright. Dude, Link to the Past is not having Team Power's shit tonight. I'm happy to see that. Team Power usually wipes their ass with whatever team I put them up against. Yeah, you're out. Oh, we need someone to hit it far into the field. That is not far into the field. That is the slowest runner I've ever seen in this game! He tried to walk it to him! What the fuck was that guy thinking? I'll get there, boss. I'll get there one of these days. What the fuck? Oh my god. This fucking game. This game has surprises just years down the line. This is... I have never played a better baseball game than this. Maybe straight baseball life if I want to confuse my definitions. But this fucking game... This is so good. Yeah, fucking see ya. Oh my god, we are... Link to the Past is gonna fucking mercy rule Team Power. This is unheard of. Wow. Was that foul? The line judge is on the take. That guy had a little bit of oomph in him. He actually decided to run that one in. Boop. Oh my god. What an inning that was. It's not even over. Oh! Murdered one of my outfielders. Oh, that's gone. Yeah, that's gonna punch a hole in the scoreboard. Team Power usually does not get embarrassed like this. Ibdo. How do you defend a ball that slams you across the whole field? You use two hands and you pray a whole bunch. Fuck, that's gone. Alright, this is where it's gonna get interesting. See if Team Power can make the comeback. Or we'll see if Link to the Past has just jumped out too far in front. Somebody's under that. Come on. How was that fair? He hit it and it like dropped straight down. Eerie Mountain's Majesty. I guess that's how. Oh, you're dead. Yeah. I need to just get rid of Leaf Hit on all of my teams. The Leaf Pitch is really, really good, but the Leaf Hit is not. Again, unless you activate it immediately after you hit the ball, so that it just spikes into the ground and bounces left and right unpredictably. Oh, come on, Gibdo. Gibdo, what am I paying you for? Fuck. Then we have to contend with the fact that Link to the Past has 0 defense. We hope the pitcher does a good job. Other than that, everyone else is just kind of standing out here eating hot dogs. Oh no, it's Gus. Please get under that. It's not gonna get under that. Oh, they've almost done it. They've almost completed the comeback already. Since 1845. Like, There's some really funny stories out there about old-timey baseball players. The one guy that decided, like, instead of playing defense, he would just leave the game and go home. Well, I had my one at bat, that's fine. Standing out here eating hot dogs. Good! Choosy mothers choose standing out here eating hot dogs. Okay. Put a stop to it temporarily. Gotta see if Link to the Past can pull further ahead. Or if they can even score again. You're out. Oh! Outfielder didn't like it, but yeah, you're out. Okay, he got on base. Link, please, dude. Oh my god, this is gonna be a train wreck. Or not? There we go. Keep that lead. Damn it, Zelda. Woof. That wasn't good. Okay, we're up by 3. Attaboy, Gibdo. Little surprised that he swung at that one. That Link to the Past defense is finally showing up. We're swapping out pitchers again. We're putting in Zazik. One of those blue or red enemies in Thieves Town that kind of looks like a horse, and they spit fireballs. I think some version of the manual wants me to call them Zazakus. But I know that adding a U to the end of things is a very Japanese thing to do. So, just Zazik. Shack Tool! Get under it. There we go. Says SM bad, but seems SM good. Oh, Zazik's going for the hit. He's gonna bean one of these guys, and it's not gonna be pretty. Oh my god. We give this guy Tommy John surgery while he's on the field. He's just making sure that the guys in the dugout are paying attention. Oh. It's Gus. Just walk him. Walk him, Zazik. Fucking walk him. Don't let him hit that ball. Attaboy. Don't let him hit that ball. You let him hit the ball! Gus is so dangerous. Lane is also kind of dangerous, but not as dangerous as Gus. Gus is Big Mr. Home Run. Lane is small Mr. Home Run. Apparently. Fuck, they tied it up. Oh, please. Changing pitchers at this point is not going to help. 0. What the hell is a 0 in Link to the Past? Oh, hey, there's a race channel. Let's go ahead and get in that. And then let's look up what a 0 is in Link to the Past. That does not help. Oh, it's one of the flying mushroom enemies that spits bombs. That's what a 0 is. I'm not sure if I already have a version of this picture saved. It's like the cartoony Link at the Master Sword pedestal. I've used it as a chat background before. I wasn't sure if I still had it. Confetti Cherry. Oh, that reminds me of one of the crayon.com pictures that I made of the pair of cherries that were all mirrored up like disco balls. I tried to make the same kind of picture with raspberries, and it didn't work. Lucky 7. Wasn't that lucky for Link to the Past? I should look up whether the 7th inning actually does something to the stats of the players or anything. Or if it's just lucky 7. Fuck, 0. Come on, dude. Now, see, he did the leaf hit instantly, but it didn't bounce all crazy, because the catcher got on it really fast. But that's what you want to do. Should have thrown it to second. Oh, fuck, it's Gus again. Here goes the game. Yep. Team power's up. Comeback is complete. Yep, this is where they take the game. Link to the Past tried to embarrass them. Team Power responds by putting on one of the highest scoring games I've seen. Oh my god. Link, please. No. Damn it. They're pulling Eli. And bringing in Ira. Come on, Zelda. Hit it straight and forward. And into the fucking stands. There we go. Atta girl. Aghanim's gonna follow this up by instantly getting out. Oh my god! The error. Oh. I am error. That was a terrible decision. That ball was going places, and they decided to turn it into a leaf. There we go. Oh, confuse him. Nice. All right, Link to the Past has tied it up. We've got a game here, folks. Well, had a game. And we started serving up meatballs again. There we go. Play. Get under it. Yeah, it's guaranteed out. Come on. Come on, Link to the Past. This is your last chance. And you're not doing a very good job on your last chance. Just let the same guy get all 3 people out, please. He did. The fucking first baseman. Dude, what a game. Holy crap. These games usually don't get that exciting. All right. Let's pull a name from the hat. King Graham. Prince of Posture. Ah, yes. Mega Man 5. So I think it's going to be tomorrow when Murphigator is going to be playing a very silly ROM hack of Mega Man 5. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 I've always thought were kind of interesting, but that's mostly because I've never really, like, sat down and played them. I know one of them has... One of those later Mega Man games has, like, an upgraded Mega Buster. Where, like, the charged Mega Buster shot does more damage. Yo, Sloters is in the race. Nice. One of the big boys. I play because I like baseball, because it's a good CPU versus CPU game. First of all, hello, Firebat. Second of all, it is a very good CPU versus CPU game. I like it because, like, if you compare it to, like, doing a Street Fighter tournament, like a CPU-only Street Fighter tournament, that goes by pretty quickly. But baseball takes its sweet time, which I am fine with. I feel like there's a lot more that happens during a Super Baseball Simulator game than during a CPU Street Fighter match. Like Super Baseball Simulator and Super Bomberman 2 are probably my two favorite CPU versus CPU games on the Super Nintendo. Because once you start going past that, and you're going to, like, PS2 era, then it's just like, okay, plug in a fucking sports game. You can do CPU versus CPU in any of those. But also all the little goofy things about Super Baseball Simulator definitely add to the experience. The superpowers in particular. You know, you hit the ball hits the ground, all of a sudden earthquake. The only other baseball games that I've even played besides Super Baseball Simulator are like Wii Sports, and then ages ago when I was a kid, I played Bases Loaded on the NES. And then if we get real loose with our definitions of baseball, then games like Straight Baseball Life and Ninja Baseball Batman kind of eke their way in. But those games are only tangentially about baseball. which I'm pretty sure is the right way to use that word. I'm not going to use it again, just to be sure, though. With how straight King Graham's back is, it makes me think that he's got issues. Must have pulled a muscle or something. Standing so straight up, he's almost leaning backwards. Alright, I will be right back. Oh my goodness. We have ourselves a race. Yeah, 6 entrants. My goodness. You love to see it. Let's get my good luck and have fun. And then let's actually get ready before I enter my dot ready. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I need to figure out what I'm doing about my Xbox. I think I need to test it on a bunch of other outlets and make sure it's not just me being stupid somehow. Because that really sucks if my Xbox stopped working. Mostly because I'm pretty sure it still has a game inside of it. Bastion is in the race time room. That name has different context after X-Men 97. I'll just say that. Like, Disney Plus has... They've had a couple of these MCU shows that have been interesting. More in a second, because the race is starting in 3, 2, 1, go! Yes, there's been like 2 or 3 of the Marvel Disney Plus shows that have just been surprisingly good. But then there's been others that have just been flat, is a good way to describe it. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier wasn't really that interesting. And everyone's favorite punching bag, the Secret Invasion, was also not very intriguing to me. The intriguing part of Secret Invasion is, okay, how are they going to get themselves out of this? And I'm still wondering how they're going to get themselves out of the hole that they dug for themselves with Secret Invasion. Just narratively. Oh, 4361. Nice. The dot quit at the very beginning for Sloters. It's how you can tell he's a Super Metroid legend. Oh yeah, the other Disney Plus Marvel show that was very intriguing to me, and I want to do what I can to watch it at some point, is She-Hulk. She-Hulk hit the nail on the head so squarely. And the fact that there were so many whiny Marvel fanboys that wanted to get up in arms about She-Hulk just adds to the accuracy. Like it just makes it even better. Also, just as icing on the cake, the girl they got to play, Jen Walters, is it Tatiana Maslany, is cute as hell. Hoppin' Carmine. What was the other? What was the other show that was on Disney Plus from Marvel? I know there was What If, but my reaction to What If is the same as my reaction to the What If comics. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder what that's all about. Good luck, have fun. I think we might need to send that one back to the kitchen. Hasn't been cooked for long enough. I still feel like there's a Marvel Disney Plus show that I'm not thinking of. Oh, Miss Marvel. That's right. Maybe that's why I wasn't thinking about it. I remember that show being interesting just because of the changes that they made. Race time, GG, race just started. Haha. Okay. Go in with less than 100 health and hope I can get refilled quick. I just personally think that Marvel would have been so much better off if they would have had all of their eggs in one basket before they tried to make a cinematic universe. Because having to play around with like Sony and 20th Century Fox and Universal over all of these properties led to a very, very disjointed, disconnected feeling for this cinematic universe. I mean, but at the same time, they also should have had their ducks in a row back in like the 80s and 90s and not, found themselves facing bankruptcy. I wish I had a basket of superheroes. I think we all do at some point. Especially when you consider the fact that, like, none of the Marvel movies were really, like, that good. And Iron Man came out and was just, like, super fucking popular for whatever reason. Probably because Robert Downey Jr. is very charismatic as Tony Stark. But I'm pretty sure that if you ask, like, anyone that read comics back in the 90s, you know, who's going to be the breakout property? You know, who from Marvel is going to get really popular out of nowhere? No one. No one from that group would have guessed Iron Man. And no one would have even thought about Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, that version of Guardians of the Galaxy didn't even exist back in the 90s, so... Pretty sure Gamora and Drax were tied up with Adam Warlock. Rocket Raccoon was, like, off on his own doing something. Then again, I may have read comics when I was a kid, but I certainly didn't, like, give them great importance. I was not out at the bookstore every single month looking for my new X-Men comic. If I happened to be at a bookstore and my parents would agree to buy something for me, then yeah, I'd get an X-Men comic. And actually, because of a post on Twitter from, I think it's the account called Classic X-Men Covers, which the guy just usually posts covers of old X-Men comics. But there was a string of 6 covers that he posted, you know, from consecutive issues. And I actually had all 6 of them. So I had wondered recently if I actually had any, like, idea of the continuity with those old X-Men comics, or if I just had a bunch of old disconnected issues. But no. It was, disconnected issues keep it coming. That's right. I'm trying to think of a way to phrase what I'm thinking of saying. So I don't have a good idea of how to phrase this yet. Just give me a moment. I biffed the 3rd one. God fucking damn it. Oh, and I don't have any missiles to shoot in his gob. There we go. So, the 6 issues of Uncanny X-Men that I'm thinking of, number 6 in that line was Life Death Part 1. And Life Death Part 1 is the beginning of the story of Storm after she's lost her powers. And the story is basically her in Forge's home and just kind of dealing with the fact that she doesn't have powers anymore. The issue before that, I think, was called Rogue Public Enemy. And in that one, like, that's the one where Gyrick gets the gun that neutralizes mutant powers and shoots Storm with it. While he's trying to shoot Rogue with it, I should say. Also, it's a very neat issue because Rogue spends almost the entirety of her time in that issue in a very nice little bikini. I'm trying to remember if that 6-issue block also had the issue when Rogue started losing her mind a little bit. Like, Carol Danvers started taking over her persona a little bit. And she ends up breaking into a SHIELD helicarrier, trying to rescue a prisoner. I think during the intermission I'll track down the tweet and I'll post the picture in Discord of the issue covers. One of them was the issue where Colossus and Juggernaut have a bar fight and they just wreck the place. Trying to remember in that Colossus versus Juggernaut issue. I know Wolverine was at the bar with Colossus. And then, like, Juggernaut shows up and they just start fucking with him. I'm trying to think if Nightcrawler was also there. I think he was. I don't remember what was going on in one of the issues, but I know I definitely had the comic as a kid. So there was something where the Black Queen, Selene, was engaged in some kind of psychic fight with Professor Xavier. And Rachel Summers was also there. I don't think that was the issue where Rachel and Magma went undercover trying to infiltrate the Hellfire Club. I think that was a little ways before. But I also don't know issue numbers. the the more I learn about Marvel in general, or specifically the X-Men, makes me realize how fucking little I knew as a kid. Knowledge of the X-Men is based on trading cards, a handful of comics, a handful of episodes of the animated series, and a couple video games. Almost, almost don't qualify as a fan at that point. Think different. Think biffing the third one. Now I'm pretty convinced that the one Marvel character that I know the most about from reading the comics, it's got to be Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, because I've actually read all of the Spider-Man 2099 comics from the early to mid-90s. I didn't read any of the newer Spider-Man 2099 stuff, but I'm gonna chalk that up to me not liking the new suit design. It's like the new Spider-Man 2099 is very different from the original. Black and white with a red spider design on his chest instead of just that dark blue suit with the red, like, spider skull looking thing. Still kind of looks like a spider, but it's definitely a skull. But yeah, I have not yet decided to single out another Marvel character and read everything of theirs. Even then, I didn't read everything that Spider-Man 2099 was involved in. Because there were definitely some crossover issues of the 2099 era. And I didn't read any of the other ones. It's just Spider-Man 2099. Thank you, jump button. Fuck the world. Not even thinking about what I need to be doing in this dumb game. Let's see, who else had comics in the 2099 run? Well, the X-Men. Spider-Man, of course. Punisher. Best Crabs. I'm pretty sure Hulk had a 2099. Doctor Doom had his own line of comics for a while. It was Doom 2099. was this other guy named Ravage, I think? I don't think that Venom 2099 got his own comics. I think he was just in Punisher and Spider-Man. But yeah. That early 90s. The early 90s future aesthetic. And the formation and realization of the cyberpunk genre in that era. It's definitely still a thing that I enjoy. The idea of a bright, shiny future, but it's still dirty and grimy. Fucking got him! He can be slow, as long as I get him on that first round. Too slow. And he's dead. Get fucked, Fantoon. Okay. So the one thing from those 2099 comics that absolutely does not translate, and this goes for like the Shadowrun novels that I've read as well, but making up curse words, making up obscenities, that just does not track with me. It's like, I'm sorry, dude, but like 50 years into the future, people are still going to be saying fuck. You know, they're not gonna stop saying pre-existing curse words just to go with what the kids are saying? I don't think that people are going to stop saying the word ass and replace it with the word hoop. H-O-O-P. I just don't think that's ever going to be a thing that happens. So, like, whenever I would let one of my friends borrow a Shadowrun novel, they'd tell me, you know, I got a couple chapters in, but I couldn't understand what these people were saying. And, like, these words they were using. And I'm like, yeah. It is kind of dumb. That's the ceiling. I mean, people have been saying fuck for a very long time. They're not just suddenly gonna stop. Stop trying to make hoop happen. I mean, that's not as bad as what Amalgam Comics tried to do with Lobo the Duck. They had him saying the word bass titch over and over again. Some kind of combination of bastard and bitch, I guess. I'm just not sure why that was a thing. In, like, in visions of the future from the early to mid 1990s. I think it was because they were just trying to be edgy. It's like, hey, let's create some swear words so that we can write a whole bunch of swear words in our comics. Oh, baby. Razzle Dazzle Rainforest. How is that not an actual color? Crayola. Get on it. We need Razzle Dazzle Rainforest. I mean, comic book authors for a while have been trying to sneak curse words into regular usage for a while, or coming up with substitutes. Like, there's a race of aliens in Marvel that are called the Flurkin. I know at least Captain Marvel has said something akin to, you know, get off my Flurkin something something. But again, that's only because there's a censorship authority for comics. And there's all sorts of parent groups that get pissy and whiny when dirty words are allowed on TV or comics or books or anything. God forbid my sweet little child hears the word damn. Then you take him out to the grocery store and some fat woman yells the word fuck. So, I mean... overly sensitive parents and under-occupied parents. People that just have way too much time on their hands because they're not actively parenting their children. Mostly protest people at grocery stores. Dude, same here. This is why I am waiting with bated breath for us to go back to having grocery stores that are open 24 hours a day. Like 1 o'clock in the morning was my favorite time to go shopping. There's just never anyone around except for the people that work there. Yes, same here. I very, very harshly judge parents and children in public. Most people in public I judge fairly harshly. Because most of them are tunnel-visioned idiots that have no idea of what's going on around them. Working in retail has taught me one very important thing, and that's when I'm out in public, look around. Almost had it, man. That baby didn't even say excuse me when it farted in public. Yep. Throw him in the river. But yeah, it's shocking to me the amount of people that are just blissfully unaware of their surroundings. And it's like, that's not the kind of ignorance being bliss that I like. My ignorance is about far grander things than my personal surroundings. I happen to be one of those people that kind of likes to know what things are going on around me. Situational awareness is a superpower. Yep. It's also a really good song. Just gonna put that out there. It's the band Suspiria. Had a song called Situational Awareness. Now I'm trying to remember the name of that album that it's off of. Because that whole fucking album is so good. I think I've played it on stream before, actually. There were like 2 or 3 streams I did where I just said fuck it and played copyrighted as hell music. Well, I think I've done it more times than that, but there's like those 3 or 4 big times that I can think of. And I know I played Suspiria for one of those sessions. I played Death for another one of them. I think that was mostly just due to the fact that I just said to myself one day, you know what? I haven't listened to enough Death. Fucking awesome band. I think that stream was definitely one of the first times, if not the first time, I heard the song Crystal Mountain by Death, which I consider to be their masterpiece. I need to find another good channel on YouTube that does full albums. Because that one channel that I was following is Death Metal Archive. Yeah, that channel got shut down. And that was a goddamn shame that that channel got shut down. His secondary channel is still going. Is it Daddy's Rock Archive? But I really, really liked having one place to go to find out about metal that I hadn't heard of before. Also, not sure why I came out of the door with my shot going up, but whatever. Yeah, that Death Metal Archive was just such a great one-stop shop. Had a bunch of stuff that I already knew about, so I could just go there and listen to that whenever. And then I could just scroll through the rest of his videos on his channel and be like, oh, this album by this band, let's give this a listen. I'm gonna have to find another one of those channels one of these days. Because just going to the official channels, going to the official YouTube channels of certain bands, it's like, yeah, I get that album, or I get that song that I'm looking for, but I don't have, you know, the archive to look through. You know, there's a fair number of bands that I really like that I would not have found out about if not for that YouTube channel. I mean, that was the YouTube channel I went to when I was looking for stuff by the German band Destruction. Back before I knew some of their stuff. Now that I know some of their stuff, I could just, you know, look it up directly. I think the Canadian band Annihilator is also in that same category. Where I really should have known about these bands when I was like back in high school. But only discovering them somewhat recently. And I will go ahead and mention one song by Destruction called Thrash Till Death. Oh my god. That song has a free place to stay in my head whenever it wants. That song is so fucking good. I must not be paying close enough attention in-game, because that did not seem like the right number of shots for GT. But I think it's probably because I wasn't missing a whole bunch. Not missing sure helps the boss fight go by faster. But it's probably also mostly due to the fact that I'm thinking about other stuff instead of the game. Ooh. I guess the other extremely selfish reason that I'm sad that that YouTube channel is gone is because, well, it's one of the places I used to steal my music from. I will not confuse that issue at all and say that I definitely stole a bunch of music over my time. And a lot of it, not all of it, but a good chunk of it definitely came from that site, or that YouTube channel. I think I've still got a couple albums I need to put onto a CD that I got before that channel got shut down. It's it's a comforting feeling knowing where you're going to steal your music from. I think I just need to pull up like a map, like a road map of my local area, because I'm like 90% sure that I live a lot closer to a record store than I think I do. I know I'm kind of close to one record store. I used to live a lot closer to it. Recently found out there's a butcher shop in your town and you love it. Hell yeah, dude. I get the feeling that butchers are like really good people to know. There's a handful of questions that you'll come across in life that really only a butcher is capable of answering. But yeah, people that are knowledgeable in that field are a good thing to have in the back pocket, as it were. It is. It is useful knowledge. Maybe not applicable to every day, but still good to know the difference between different cuts of steak. Actually, if I'm closer to that record store than I think, and I wonder if I'm also closer to that Whole Foods grocery store. The reason why that is intriguing is because they have the best chicken salad I've ever had in my life. It's the only time that I've had chicken salad where I still had the grease from the chicken on my lips. Every other time I've had chicken salad, like, the chicken has just been, like, a little bit dry. Not as good as it could have been. And I don't count the times that I've made chicken salad for myself. If I were to compare all the food that I've ever made for myself against all the food that I've ever ordered for myself from a store or from a restaurant, like, there's no comparison. It's like, I've had good food from restaurants and shit. It's just 9 times out of 10, if I make myself something, it's going to be really, really good. Because I make sure it is. Yo! Got a close finish for 4th and 5th. Only like a couple seconds apart. Very nice. I think the next step I need to take when it comes to food is I need to get in touch with people that are vegetarians. I have believed for the longest time that vegetarian cuisine is one of the most creative kinds of cuisine that exist. Because you don't have the crutch of meat. You know, you have to find something else besides the meat. You know, it's kind of a crutch. It's like, oh, we've got these baked beans. How do we make these baked beans even better? Well, when you're cooking them, throw in a slice of bacon. Okay? Vegetarian cuisine is not that easy. You can't just plop a pork chop down on it and say, there you go. Either that or I'd need to just like go on to recipes.com or some shit. Start looking up random vegetarian recipes. And all just in the idea of trying to make more creative food. Yo, what's up, Telemorph? Thank you for the good luck. Oh, what the shit? There we go. Nope, back up. I saw that. I ordered that cheeseburger with no ketchup. Thank you. Ooh, good! Alright, so we had Ruya finishing in first, 42-41. Telemorph took second with a 47-47, nice. Firebat took third with a 48-41. White Mage Becky in fourth with a 50-08. And Sloaters taking fifth with a 50-10. GG, everybody. Very soon we get to find out how shit this run actually was. Gonna need to proof call this race. Everyone finished. Dude, that was a thing that, like, made me so nervous before I started doing races. It's like, oh no, what if someone thinks I'm cheating? I got over that shit pretty quickly, but still. Boing. Oh, 55-49 for a dot time. Slightly better than what I thought I was gonna get, but whatever. But that's mostly because I've been rambling on about this, that, and the other thing, instead of just quietly focusing on the game like I usually do. I don't have screw attack on. Not even that far behind where I usually am at this point. Oh, I almost jumped over the boat. There we go. 58.06. GG. All right. It's a 40. Out of there. Oh, yeah. I was gonna find that picture that I was talking about that had the multiple X-Men covers on it. I am now realizing that I saved it on my phone and not on my computer. Got it. Alright, Twitter. Open the hell up. URL still says twitter.com. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, yeah. Ringside Seat tweeted out the video of the last 2.5 minutes of Corrales Castillo 1. My favorite boxing match I've ever seen. Here we go. Dear Force! Okay, so it was Uncanny X-Men number 181 through number 186. Those are the ones that I 100% remember owning. I had a handful of others, but I know for a fact I had those 6. But I guess it wasn't until I saw the tweet that I realized that they were sequential. From May through October 1984. So, with the way I got X-Men comics, I got the reissues that had updated covers and were called X-Men Classics. But it was basically just like, we're reissuing these issues after 10 years. So, there's me as a kid reading 10-year-old X-Men comics. Ooh. We are the robots. Alright, let's get... What the hell icon is Discord? There we go. Now, where'd that go? Alright. For those who give a shit. That picture's up in my Discord now. Trying to remember what happens in X-Men 184 and why Selene and Professor Xavier are having a psychic battle. I do not remember. But other than those issues, I know that I had a couple issues from the Kulan Goth story arc. What's Twitter? Is that the porn site? Yes. Hey there, Natterleaf. And years later, I wish someone would accuse me of cheating. I was worried about very strange things before I stopped. Like, I think I had this idea in my head that I wanted to reach a certain point with Super Metroid before I even started streaming it. And I found out real quickly that doesn't matter. It might matter to me. But that's the only person it matters to. Yeah, that was another big reason why I started streaming. It's like, well, if I ever decide to get in the race, I am technically on an emulator, so I'll have to stream it. But if I'm being totally transparent here, the number one reason I started streaming was so that I could get a joke world record and get onto a podcast. Or get mentioned on a podcast, I should say. And now, that episode of that podcast does not exist anymore. Because the people in charge forgot to archive it. Also, the podcast itself is not around anymore, so... Just in case anyone's curious, the podcast in question was called The Sunday Sequence Break. Now that show was like appointment viewing for me. I made damn sure that I had a couple hours free every Sunday so that I could watch that show. At the time, it was one of the only places that would like keep track of and report on speedrun world records. Because I'm pretty sure this was before speedrun.com was a thing. Maybe like right as it was becoming a thing. The one thing I remember about, well, there's a couple things I remember about the episode of Sunday Sequence Break that my run got onto. First of all, the fact that the hosts were already, like, kind of giggly right as the show started made me think to myself, oh god, they must know about my run. The other thing I remember about that episode is that there was a world record for Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. I think that one was set by MSDS of Super Metroid speedrunning notoriety. So I remember that being kind of cool. The week that I get my run featured on Sunday Sequence Break, MSDS gets a run as well. He is one of the big names of Super Metroid for me. One of the guys that I started watching real early on. Blue Bomber seems to be punching above his weight class here. Blue Bomber is usually one of the dopey ones. Walks into his own bomb level of shit. Or he just like walks back and forth for like the entire battle. I'm also noticing these guys actually, like, bumping into each other and pushing each other around a little bit. I don't know if they do that on any of the other maps. I wonder if that's the gimmick of this map in particular, is that you can bump the other bombers. Like what just happened to Red and White. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure the other maps allow the bombers to just like walk through each other. Oh, there's blue and red. Also think it's kind of funny that I start streaming to get joke world record, and then I end up holding on to that joke world record for years and years and years. And it was only somewhat recently that Stuff is Stuff got a world record run for Panic. If I'm gonna push my glasses up on my nose, hashtag actually, I think I still have the emulator world record for Panic. And I'm pretty sure he got his time on actual console and copy of the game. Because if I'm remembering right, I think he said in comments on his video that I think the only reason that my run was faster was because of, like, the loading times in between the screens. Which I imagine emulator would handle more quickly than console. I mean, I guess speedrun.com is still a thing. I can go to this website and look. Excuse me. Oh, nope. I don't want to know. Panic isn't showing up on speedrun.com? There it is. Okay, yeah. So he's got a time of 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Played on original hardware. Load times equal 41 seconds. Okay. Yeah, and he's the mod for this page. I didn't even bother submitting my run of Panic to speedrun.com because there's no community for it. I am the community. And every once in a while, you get someone else playing the game just completely at random. Like, I think TMR did a run of some version of Panic. It wasn't the Sega CD version. It was some other version. But yes, I technically still have the emulator world record for Panic, which means very little. It's a neat game. And I have a feeling I'll keep coming back to it for years and years, just because it's a dumb little game. And I've mentioned this in the past about Panic, but it gives me the same kind of feeling as being lost in a museum, which I have been on numerous field trips, family trips that have involved going to museums, and a non-trivial number of times I have ended up getting lost in that museum. So it's like, you know, there's all this cool and interesting stuff, but I kind of want to get back to where I started so that I can, you know how and where to branch out again. It's like, okay, I'm done with going this way. I want to go this way now. Well, shit. I have to get back to the beginning in order to go back that way. Well, looking at the scores now, this is definitely the blue bomber that I'm used to. I somehow got a point. Don't ask me how. Well, Black Bomber just sealed his fate. Yep. Don't know what you were thinking there, buddy. Except for maybe, hey, I gotta get my red friend here a point. Wow. Some moron on eBay is selling a sealed copy of Uncanny X-Men 184 for $6,000. Jesus. Good old days. Back when the X-Men was just Colossus, Storm, Nightcrawler, and Rogue. Jeez. What the hell happened in this issue? Yo, white one. Okay, so that issue of X-Men is like when Rachel Summers like first shows up. And she is kind of realizing that a lot of things in this timeline are different from her timeline. Yeah, realizing she traveled back in time to the wrong past. Okay, so that means the one with Rachel and Magma would have to be later. Much later. There's the cover. Okay, yeah, that one that I'm thinking of is Uncanny X-Men number 189. So just, yeah, just a couple issues later. And then 190, well, the end of 189 and then 190 is when the Kulan Goth stuff starts. Yeah. Okay. So from like 180 to 200, I guess would have been my timeline with the X-Men comics. I mean, on one hand, it's good to have it. It's good to have the number identified. Oh, what the heck? I lost 4 points. Becky got fucking 200. Firebat got none. What else is new? Okay. Oh, I don't have that file on here. There's a certain ROM hack that I saw the other day when I went to romhacking.net. And I want to see if I at least have the base game. If I do have the base game, then I'll pop out my SD card and I'll get some files transferred. I don't have the base game. Huh. Well, off to Vin's lair. How to make money fast in Stardew Valley. Boy, that's a clickbait article. And the first thing they mention is one of the very first things I started doing in Stardew Valley to make money, and that's using crab pots. Stardew Valley creator says a movie adaptation can happen under certain conditions. What? I'm sorry, who the fuck is calling for a Stardew Valley movie? Alright, I need Genesis. In that picture, only the girl looks like an actual person, Caitlin. Other goofballs just look like fucking AI art. True story, I actually liked VR Troopers a hell of a lot more than Power Rangers when I was a kid. Then I come to find out that VR Troopers... Like... I knew... pretty early on that Power Rangers was also a show in Japan, and that they kept the action sequences from the Japanese version in the American version, but they just shot new stuff with the American cast. The thing with VR Troopers that I didn't know was that I'm pretty sure it's stitched together from two different Japanese shows. Oh my god, I still have the high score. I'm so used to high scores in video games resetting at some point. But, the character Ryan, who's the half red, half blue VR trooper, he, like, that character has his own show. And I don't remember the name of it. But then, like, the version of that character that they had, it's weird. Because, like, they had to cut out footage. Right. This is getting confusing even for me. In the Japanese VR Troopers, Ryan looked a certain way. The red and blue, you know, he had a certain look. But then for the version, or like for the shots that they use for the US show, they're pulling from a different show entirely. Yeah. And then... Okay, there's a good picture. What the hell was this other show? Metalder. Okay. Where's toy pictures? Excuse me. Oh yeah, that's a nice big picture. That's way too big. Holy shit. Whatever, we got it. Long story short, it was relatively recently I found out that VR Troopers was stitched together from like 2 or 3 different Japanese shows. Let's open up Discord. Pop that in there. And make an attempt to show it on stream. It's a really big picture for some reason. Whoop. See, you can kind of see just from this what I'm talking about. The guy on the right was I'm pretty sure what he looked like in the Japanese version of the show. And on the left was that character from the show Metalder. And they used clips from both of those shows to make VR Troopers. The Metalder design is definitely a lot cooler, with the exposed circuitry and all of that. And yeah, I literally played this game just so that I could beat a video game. Add it to my list of games that I've beaten. How long ago was that? This is why I keep this notebook. That, and to remind me that I've only beaten one new game this year. Oh wow. Yeah, I beat VR Troopers back in 2016. Okay. I don't really have enough time to get into the game that I'm thinking about putting on the SD card here. Oh, and I should probably patch it. Not good at things. So, the game in question is Streets of Rage 2. Oh, and I don't even have the fucking program. I need to go get Lunar IPS. Fuck. I hate romhacking.net's fucking captchas. There we go. Let's get this extracted. All right. File was successfully patched. So now I can just copy both of those. Get my SD card plugged in and all that. Oh, but yeah, the hack for Streets of Rage 2 that I saw replaces the main character sprites with the sprites from the X-Men arcade game. Oh, I probably do have Streets of Rage on here. I have this full folder. Whatever. All right. That says it's on there now. Oh, that's a race channel. Join them. No, just join. Don't need to join M. Oh. Thank you. Now, to see if everything worked. Well, it started. I'm assuming it worked because that first picture looked not right. X-Men of Rage. Alright, looks like it worked. Put the game on easy because I'm a fucking baby. Oh, yeah. That's just my idle animation. Do I throw? I grab. I don't know if I throw. Oh, I don't dash. I know that much. It's fucking Streets of Rage. God forbid they let me run. This idle animation's too much, though. Sitting there flexing. He is very slow. Oh, I do throw. I have knife. Now I have pipe. Why does Colossus need pipe? He's already made of metal. Keep trying to pick up the other pipe. Alright, got stabbed once. Have to quit the game. Hello? Which one of these things actually lets me quit? There we go. I guess I was pressing B. Okay. Let's refresh my request line. Apple Luster. Ooh, banana sugar and banana shamrock. Good, honest 2 bananas since 1896. Oh, now Key Lime Day. That's an unofficial holiday that I can get behind. Key lime pie is one of my favorite desserts. All right. Now is when I talk to a hat. Famous combat armor. Just that weird one that I don't consider to be a custom Samus. I consider it to just be a custom sprite. But that's because I'm kind of an idiot. No, the combat armor one, it doesn't look like Samus. Like, the GF Trooper looks more like Samus. So much so that that's the character I nicknamed Boy Samus. Oh, damn it, Rainwave. I mean, I guess she looks like Zero Suit Samus. But no, I would have put this down with the other customs. Not gonna put this up there with the other Samuses just because it's Samus. And yeah, every time I hear music from Little Nemo, it reminds me that I need to play that game. That's even a game that, like, is from my childhood that I never beat. But then again, I only ever got, like, 1 or 2 stages into it as a kid, so... I think I need to make an NES only list. I mean, like 5 games that I need to force myself to play at some point. And play all the way through and beat. Little Nemo's on the list. Star Tropics is on the list. I have to come up with 3 more. I could maybe give Jackal another shot. But Jackal seemed pretty hard, even with 2 players. Which is how I played it the first time. Jackal is a really cool game. A lot in common with other top-down run-and-gun games like Ikari Warriors or Guerrilla War. Except you're driving in a Jeep. All right. I will be right back. All right. Copy all of those datums. Do I still have... I do not still have good luck, have fun on my copy pasta. So right before I do that, pop back over onto Twitter for a hot second. The very first thing I see as soon as it opened up, food for thought. Are mashed potatoes just Irish guacamole? All right. I'm okay with waiting for a little bit to see if anyone else wants to jump in. It says Rui is still here, but they removed themselves from the race. Ah, they're on race time. Gotcha. Have good luck fun. Thank you, Firebat. Same to you. Let's fucking go. 3, 2, 1, go! Huh. I'm kind of okay with the idea of Samus being a ginger. Kind of a cute animation. The low health idle animation where she's just kind of standing there rubbing the side of her head. Oh, another NES game that is coming to mind that I should probably have on that list of games to force myself into playing. It's River City Ransom. $44, nice. Because, like, the idea with the games that I want to force myself to play is that none of them are very long. Like, pretty sure Star Tropics is the long game. on the list. Because Little Nemo's, yeah, only like 6 or 7 levels long. And River City Ransom is not a very long game, but it is a little convoluted. Because you have to go and you have to beat a certain enemy before you have to like go back to an area and fight a new boss there. I've just never been patient enough with River City Ransom. Because you have to save up a bunch of money, and you have to get either the book that makes you punch really fast, or the book that makes you kick really fast. And then you just have to slug everybody. Making me choose between 2 race rooms. Now, I'm not necessarily considering this game for this list that I'm thinking of, but the Cryon Conquest. Cryon Conquest? Neat little NES game that I never knew about as a kid. That is very much like a Mega Man clone. Except you play as a little witch girl. See, it'd be a hell of a lot easier for me to make a list of games I need to force myself to play for a different system. Like, if I wanted to make a list like this for Game Boy Color, it would have 1 game on it. And only 1. So there's only 1 Game Boy Color game that I really want to play that I haven't played yet. That would be Metal Gear Solid. I think the suffix is Ghost Babel. But yeah, the Metal Gear Solid game that's on Game Boy Color. I've seen people play it, and it looks really cool. And I used to have a stream layout for it. It was like one of those times where I just wanted to make a layout, but I hadn't started playing the game yet. But I've always liked the Metal Gear games, but I've just never been any good at them. And I think that's just down to me not having the patience to actually, like, sit down and play them. And maybe it's just me, but the idea of the idea of playing a new game and not knowing how long it's going to take me to get through it, it is a little daunting. Just because I feel like I have to manage my time more than I used to. This is the reality when you have to go to work in the AM hours. It's like, well, I can't stay up all night. And if I do, then work is gonna fucking suck. And also, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of being lost in a video game. I like to at least have an idea of where I'm going and what I'm doing. Otherwise, it ends up like one of my last sessions with Disaster Report, where I'm just like fucking walking around in circles, just talking to myself, like, where am I going? What am I doing? Where is everything? Guess I'm just not as inclined as I used to be to multi-hour magical mystery tours in video games. Guess that's also why I haven't tapped into any of these gigantic PS2 RPGs that I've got. When your RPG brags on the back of its box about how many hours of gameplay it offers, you know you've got something. Jump, bitch. Got him. Ah, fucking got him this time. Varia my suit. Thank you, Firebat. I think everyone that runs Super Metroid can agree that Kraid should not be an issue. Out of all the bosses in this game, Kraid should not be the one that's an issue. Like, once you get the timing for the quick kill, that should be it. Well, it's both runs. Came back in from that jump so hard that I ended up collecting the E-Tank. Like the least appropriate music you could have in a RoboCop game. What the fuck? That sounds way, way too happy to be in a RoboCop game. I don't think pop culture realized what it did when they decided they wanted to make RoboCop a big popular thing. Of all the gritty 80s action movies to surprisingly have a large child following, probably shouldn't have it be RoboCop. I guess kids in the 80s were more concerned about stuff being cool. But still, companies should not have gotten behind that. Supers, please. Supers, please. Thank you. Fucking how many of you things pop out of that hole? I can't get a single super missile? Give me that W. Oh, I opened the door. It's been a hot second since I opened that door. Pretty sure that's the way I used to go when going down to Lower Norfair. But then I obviously switched to the path I'm using now. Alright. What other NES games exist out there that I would really like to play at some point? Oh, maybe, Batman Return of the Joker. I mean, Return of the Joker... I don't know how long that game is. Probably pretty comparable with some of the other games on the list. Like 7 or 8 stages, maybe. But it would definitely be Return of the Joker and not NES Batman. NES Batman is a little too close to Ninja Gaiden. Both in execution and in difficulty. Maybe if I figure out how to do the item switching in Kabuki Quantum Fighter, give that game a shot. If I'm remembering right, one of the challenging things about Kabuki Quantum Fighter is the boss fights. And trying to get close enough to them to hit them with your melee attack, but not so close that they just run right into you afterwards. It's something about, like, pause the game, hit select, or hit the D-pad, or something. But you do have a projectile weapon in Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Just has limited ammo. Okay, crabs. Damn it. Oh my god, you mess up the fucking timing once. And you just never get it back. Might be fun to play Blaster Master. That game is kind of like Super Metroid. It's long and it's dense. There's a lot of stuff you have to do and a lot of stuff you have to remember. And I am not as big of a fan of Power Blade 2 as I am of the first one. I'm really surprised I didn't get hit by every single fireball in existence when I jumped in front of him there. Now I'm trying to remember if I know how long of a game Rockin' Cats on the NES is. Rockin' Cats has some interesting movement tech. Bang. Oh my god, dude, come on. Fucking spin jump, you stupid bitch! God, fucking damn it! Whoop. Oh, another NES game that I just thought of. Jurassic Park. I need to look up how long that game is. That's way too low. I, like, didn't kill anything except for that last atomic. But yeah, Jurassic Park is an interesting one. Mechanically speaking, I do like that game. The top-down shoot 'em up. Kind of free-roaming open levels. It's probably why I liked Hotline Miami as much as I did. That's just like the precision platforming variant of the top-down shooter. funny thing is, I don't think I can even come up with 5 games on the Super Nintendo that I think I should force myself to play. Very green. It had some pretty good colors on this ROM. Always a good day when we don't have lemon yellow Ice Beam. I guess if I had to try to think of 5 SNES games that I'd want to force myself to play at some point, I can guarantee they'd almost all be RPGs. You know, get like some Secret of the Stars, some Paladin's Quest, some Breath of Fire. I don't remember the name of the big popular one. Not Seiken Densetsu 3. Oh, yeah, I'd probably want to make myself play through 7th Saga or Mystic Arc at some point. But 7th Saga is a rough game. I don't know who made the screw up, but 7th Saga can become unwinnable. Due to how, like, the experience scaling and all of that works. It's complicated enough that I'm not really sure how to phrase it or describe it, but I'll give it a shot. Probably after this fight. So, in 7th Saga, you pick your character from a pool of like 7 or 8 possible characters, and then later on in the game you can recruit one of those other people as a companion, fellow party member. But sometimes when you go to recruit these characters, it turns out not only are they bad guys, but they've got one of the runes that you need in order to beat the game. But the idea would be you'd have to fight them and kill them in order to get the rune from them. You know what, though? I was able to wall jump up there both times tonight while holding the shine. So I didn't accidentally spark into the ceiling while I was wall jumping. So we had some clean wall jump inputs here. So that thing in 7th Saga, it wouldn't be an issue if the character that you had to potentially fight, you know, was the same level as the hero. But their experience scales much differently. So that they are guaranteed to be stronger than your character. And if you level up your character too much, you can find yourself trapped in an unwinnable situation. Because that character that you would need to kill is now faster than you, stronger than you, has more magic than you, and probably can't even be hit by you because of his stats. That is just in the US version of 7th Saga, though. The Japanese version, called Elnard, doesn't have that, and instead it plays out pretty much just like a normal RPG. Alright. Now I need to go back to trying to remember what the fuck the name of that one SNES RPG is. It's one of the big ones that never came to America. And I feel like everybody knows it. Like, everybody knows what game I'm talking about. It's just, I can't think of the name. Ah, this is gonna bug me. Why can I not think of the name of this fucking game? I mean, it's probably because I've never actually sat down and played it. I can at least narrow it down in my head, because it is a, it's an Enix game. And it's a quartet game. So it's got the same font as, like, Illusion of Gaia and Robotrek. Terranigma. Thank you. Thank you, Netterleaf. Oh my god, that was bugging the hell out of me. Ooh. Oh, hole in one. Let's go. Also, another thing that had kind of been bugging me, not as much as not remembering the name of Terra Enigma, I was trying to think of who my character looks like. Samus, this sprite of her with the green suit and the red hair, I was like, I've seen this before, but I couldn't think of where. And then I just remembered it a little while ago. She looks like one of the characters from Totally Spies. I think Alex? Yeah, I think Alex is the one in the green. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've seen Totally Spies. And even longer since I gave a shit about that show. I think the thing about Totally Spies is I was outside of its demographic. Either by a couple years one way or another, or by gender. I don't know. I think back in those days I just wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z. Okay. Music from Penguin video game made me remember that I need to, at some point, I need to go out and get the, another MSX emulator for the game Penguin Adventure. I think that's what it was called. It's a very similar game to Antarctic Adventure on the NES, where your camera is behind a little penguin as he's running along a track filled with all sorts of obstacles and power-ups. I just remember being really, really impressed with what the MSX could do graphically and effects that it could achieve. Such as that kind of point of view camera with the scenery like rushing past you. It's kind of neat to see how they did that on an old computer system like the MSX. Been however many years ago it was that someone made that standalone version of Maze of Gallius. That's like the only other MSX game I can even think of. While I'm at it, I think I need to re-download a PC98 emulator as well. Feeling you're dead. The PC98 emulator is just so that I could play EVO, Theory of Evolution, again. Which is technically the spiritual ancestor of EVO Search for Eden. It's just the English version that's called EVO. The Japanese version is got a much longer title. It's like 4.6 billion years. The story or something. But I really like that game. Even for something that's as menu-driven, like a very menu-driven RPG, not a lot of action. But it's a lot of fun. And it doesn't have the same kind of challenge that EVO Search for Eden has. Because it's not a platformer. It doesn't have wacky boss fights that go on for way too long because enemies are just flying around out of your reach. It also has the great fortune of not having EVO Search for Eden's final boss. That fucking thing. Fought him with save states back in the day and it still took me forever. And then there's perhaps the ultimate game that I think I need to force myself to play. I don't think I need convincing to actually play it. I need convincing to set aside the time to do it. And that's the game this music is from, 3D.Game Heroes. It has been so long since I played this game. And it's a darn shame, because I really, really like the game in concept and execution. I just remember getting into an argument with someone when I was telling them about 3D Dot Game Heroes, and I'm like, yeah, it's basically just Legend of Zelda. And they're like, no, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about? And it's because I didn't say it's like Legend of Zelda. I was like, no, it's basically just Legend of Zelda. But if you've played 3D Dot Game Heroes, you know that that's an accurate statement. This isn't From Software trying to do something new and original. This is From Software trying to make Legend of Zelda. And doing it with voxel graphics. Oh. I need to see if there's any more custom characters that people have made for that game. Because there's like a small handful that I know of. But I'm wondering if there was ever like a website where someone or some people compiled a whole bunch of 3D Dot Game Heroes created characters. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to play through as Taco, man. Swing that sword with my foot. Uh-oh. I just looked over at IRC. That's not good. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say about it, though. Probably end up making some comment about this being my least favorite way to get first place. Try this again, Samus. How many times can I hit the wrong button? Oh, shit. Baited the catch-up high and then didn't let go of jump. The one downside of this game having, like, the best jumping mechanic in 2D video games. It's like the most sensitive jump. Oh, almost dropped me. Whoop. Alright. Let's go kick down the door of Mother Brain's Cafe. Whatever, I'm in. Boom. Hey, lady, wake up. Got him. Okay. Not Timmy. This baby needs to be dead. Like a couple minutes ago. Blah, 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 blah. $55, $58. Probably gonna be getting close to like a mid 58. Especially if I can't hit this bitch. Boing. Alright, I did turn Screw Attack back on. Ah, shit. Fucking spin jump!
in the boat.
58-13. GG. Couple of low 58s for the week. It's not bad. That 5 that I just drew, on the other hand, that was pretty bad. Oh, so much better. I think this dry erase marker is starting to get a little bit of a dry spot near the tip. It's another 40. Can't wait to lose SRL points after I was the only one that finished. It's gonna happen. We're both gonna lose points after this one. I didn't go to the Varia site this week. I usually do that before the races to see if there's any new sprites. I don't think there's new sprites, but I can never remember the exact layout of the customs. So it always feels like I must be looking right past something that I've not seen before. But no. The custom ships look... It looks like it's laid out a bit differently than the last time I saw it. 'Cause they're all just in a straight line. But yeah, I like the Varia credits. Air Force! The Varia credits give you a breakdown of how long you spent in each area of the game, which I like. And then at this ending screen, it gives you your RTA time, which I like as well. Oh, man. Well, no memes for me, but we did do it. We did, in fact, did it. Managed to complete a video game twice in one night. All right. And that is going to bring things to a close for me tonight. Another big thank you to Ponk for hanging out earlier tonight with some more Stardew Valley. We are getting dangerously close to endgame stuff. So that's why I decided to hurry up and get hitched. Now, even after we do endgame stuff, we'll probably still play Stardew for a while. Or we might find some different mods that aren't going to take an entire calendar year to update. And of course, a big thank you to Insane Firebat and everybody else from the races tonight. Always a lot of fun. Definitely nice to see some people turn out for the early race. I like big races and I like small races. Big races are just bigger. And for everybody else, thanks for stopping by, thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. See ya!